Amid growing scandal and social protests against Mexico's so-called education reform, the country's education secretary was summoned to a Senate hearing to defend the implementation of recent professional evaluations that many argue has as its objective to lay off organized teachers. Our correspondent Clayton Conn has more.
Little by little, dissident teachers of the National Coordinator of Education Workers, or CENTE, from the states of Michocan, Chiapas, Oaxaca, and other regions gathered to protest with an ominous police presence in front of the country's Senate.
We came here to protest against the punitive evaluations that they seek to impose, or they seek to continue to impose, in this timeline that they have implemented.
Since 2013, the CENTE has resisted the implementation of the teacher evaluations as part of President Enrique Peña Nieto's so-called education reform. They say the evaluations have more to do with labor than education.
We are not playing around. We want an integral evaluation for our students. For the teachers, there are other forms of correcting deficiencies through practice.
While the teachers and their social bases reject the evaluations, here in the Senate, the country's education secretary defends the overall reform during a hearing convened by opposition lawmakers.
We are responsible that the principles of this reform are maintained so that the path Mexico transits, continues, and transforms.
Some critics in the Senate coincide with the dissident teachers, affirming that the education reform and its evaluations are a pretense to privatize the public education sector. They say the lack of inclusion in implementation is troubling.
The government has spoiled what was legislated to build an education reform because it cannot pass without the participation of teachers. Not today, not tomorrow, never. Thank you.
Although some opposition lawmakers have pointed out irregularities have occurred in the execution of the evaluations, Mexico's Supreme Court has ruled the legality of the process, prompting the protesting teachers outside to harden their protests and boycott of the education reform. Clayton Conn, teleSUR, Mexico City.